Oh, ahoy, hoy, and hello. Two things from the burning wheel.
Burning
I
flood.
have I have
I've been
wrested
waiting to
control
do this.
back away from Sarah, so we can all take an easy breath and have a nice relaxed session where nothing spooky happens and everything goes as planned. So let's do our bit real quick. We will start with Hazel.
Okay. My bets. Well, I have one new one. Belief number one is Brother Wirt's prayer to the lady didn't work out, but he explained a lot to me, and I think I need someone who the lady likes a little more. His sister is the one in charge of the abbey. Maybe she can help us. I must get her to help. Dad must have sent us to Hochen to find our uncle. He's here, right? We have to find out where he is and who he is so he can protect us. And Ash and I remember a little bit, but don't even know our real names. We must recover our memories. My instincts are always present a facade of weakness to strangers, always defer to Ash's opinion when making difficult decisions together, and always cast the fear when threatened.
Ada. I think that's a new one.
It
People
is.
don't know about that.
Abby, you've created a problem where now I used to have a perfect system of 3 tabs of this game system open. Now I need a 4th tab because you've introduced magic. There's a whole new
You don't
spectrum
need
of
to worry
rules
about my
lawyering that I
magic,
have to
Sean.
do.
You don't need to worry about it.
Yes, I need to worry about anything everyone does in this game.
Bits, Ada. Bits.
Bits. Most of them are the same. So, number 1, that elven forge must be mine. I'll make sure Martine bequeaths it to me in my lineage. 2, Morrine has gone missing. Suddenly, these siblings appear, and Clotho has scurried away. He must be found. And 3, perhaps it is time we leave town. The Duchess may have a harder time finding us if we are out of Hoken. Instincts have all remained the same. I will make sure evil is punished for its misdeeds. Traveling is dangerous business. I always have an eye out for incoming trouble. And I will pursue the study of ancient artifacts regardless of my own safety.
For the work.
The consort has pulled Hazel along a path not known to her. Their intent must be uncovered, and their relation to the Duchess as well. Impetuousness does not befit a monarch. Hazel needs to be taught better. And Moran and Alden are magically indispeased. Clotho is our only lead to reconstitute them.
That's my favorite belief of all time.
It's such a good one.
And your instincts?
Oh, sorry. I have faith in the mind Our Lady gave me. I always stand my ground when defending the weak and fighting injustice. And when someone asks for advice, long parables of the saints always have nuggets of gold.
And lastly.
What's up, my dudes? I'm Ragaire. My first belief is I feel a strange kinship with this girl. I should uncover her past. She has Odelia's dagger, after all.
Ooh, revised.
I will help Ada complete this translation. I feel bad for running away part 567. How many days left? 2 days left. We are not at full strength and Duchess should be avoided until we have the sword we need. So I'll help reforge the sword. My instincts are never wait for backup. Only draw my sword once all other possibilities have been exhausted. After all, once my sword is drawn, my enemy must perish. And I never take orders from anyone except my liege.
Perfect. Okay. So, what happened last time, everyone? Give me a sentence. We'll go in reverse order.
Great. A sentence. So much happened. We translated Ravadren, snooped into our translation, and then I failed to make him fess up to what he's doing. So he's out there. So he's out there somewhere. and spooky, weird things are happening with Hazel and Odelia memories and stuff.
No, I'm not spooky.
Objects, beings. I'm not spooky at all. I cast the fear
I don't
when
have the
threatened.
spooky trait.
Okay, Brother Wirt.
Wirt learned that Hazel is very bad at lying because she said, I absolutely have no idea what happened. It looked like you just called down lightning from the sky, when she had in fact called down lightning from herself. What
Yeah.
things she does remember, she cannot hide.
That's what a will to gets you.
Ada.
Ada has refurbished and restoked the elven forge, so it is in mostly working order. But there's an empty spell song and a couple of missing ingredients, as well as some more translating to do before the sword of summer something can be forged again. Summer song. Yep. No, Fire Eater. What is its name? Fire Eater. Yep. There we go. We'll have it soon. I'll rename it.
Isn't
Hmm.
it Fire Eater and Summer something? It's both the same. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I guess they have multiple names. It's fine.
Hazel.
Hazel almost had temper tantrum and then convinced Brother Wirt to make a faith roll at the end of last session. Convinced is a strong word, I guess, but and then
Mhm.
Brother Wirt mounted her dagger with the hot
The spicy
holy
roll.
flames.
A spicy deed, a lukewarm roll. Perfect. Okay. Well, we are all at soon to be Ada's Forge. Did I leave you all on a cliffhanger? I don't recall. I think I just left you with the melted dagger.
Yeah, no.
Yep. Okay. So we'll start with Hazel and Brother Wirt upstairs. You are looking at sort of the pool of now slowly cooling metal on the floor in front of you that used to be your dagger.
Yeah, I've taken back what the blunted dagger that you said still exists. I think I said I was going to go down to the basement.
Mhm.
Just leave Brother Wirt to revel in whatever's happening.
Just think about things.
Do you want Ash to come with you?
That's fine. I don't
Okay.
care.
Okay. Brother Wirt, are
Mhm.
you gonna do anything?
He's just gonna sit and ponder his life choices again for a while. Like, these things never work out for him. He doesn't really understand what has happened, but in the last 6 months, it feels like the lady just doesn't really listen to him anymore. It's kind of upsetting. So he's bummed about that. He's trying to deal with that emotion while thinking about, okay, so the consort is clearly driving Hazel along some path. What could they possibly want with her? How are they trying to manipulate her? That kind of thing. And trying to puzzle this out together. I think he's just going to ruminate on these issues for a while. Ruminate on these issues. That's the word.
Okay. Any rolls or just narrative rumination?
Narrative rumination.
Perfect.
You could
Okay.
open up meditation.
Ooh.
How interesting.
Look
Could
it
open up
while you're-
rumination. Okay. Downstairs, you guys are in the process of doing this forge activation.
We're just spring cleaning down there.
Yeah. When the door opens, and how do you enter, Hazel? Is it just like a casual? Are you fuming? Are you trying to not disrupt?
There's a door.
Yeah.
I just like bust in.
Okay.
Like, guys!
Okay. So
Ragaire's in the
bust
middle of
in. Yeah.
touching the spell song plays.
Door slams open. Hazel and Ash walk in. Ash slams the door shut behind him. It's really helping the meditation going on upstairs.
I'm gonna go over to Ada. Ada! Ada!
I think Ada's in the middle of stoking the bellows, and so she hears you all come in, but kind of just ignored you. It's like, yes, she's doing like a lot of manual. She's like kind of testing the limits of what she's built and how hot she thinks this magical forge can get, and so on. She's like, "What is it? Is something wrong?"
Ada, Brother Wirt asked the lady if she could give our memories back, and she said no for now. But
Oh,
she
which
melted my
lady?
dagger. The lady. The dagger that you said should not be. Yeah,
Oh.
look.
Ada wipes her brow. Picking up, so she looks at Ash. She's like, "Ash, you're strapping, young man. You need physical labor practice." And she sort of like strong arms him over to the bellows and like, "Practice this. Just push it up and down. It's harder than it looks."
He does it not very well.
That's fine. I'll make you a blacksmith one day. Don't worry.
You turn around and you hear him whisper, "Hey,
I can
Wait.
hear you, young man. Stay on those bellows.
Ragaire's like looking.
And Ragaire, yeah, Ada's like, "I think Altheon and Ragaire have some literature to go over."
Task mistress, Ada.
And then finally, Ada heaves a big sigh, kind of slumps, and is like, "Okay, Hazel, say that again. Wirt talk to the lady. He does that a lot."
Yeah, Wirt prayed to the lady to give our memories back, and she said, no. But here's a melted worst dagger.
Oh, okay, show me the dagger. Give me
it
the
to you.
dagger. I'm assuming now it looks exactly like Ada's dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hazel. This is my dagger. I made this.
Yeah.
Blunted exactly like this.
Uh-huh.
For Odelia.
Yep. I already told you I did not take a 4-year-old's dagger, I don't think.
I don't think you would take a 4-year-old's dagger, nor do I think this 4-year-old would give away this dagger without a great cost, which does vary between 4-year-olds and older people, but still, great cost nonetheless. And secondly, it had been magically sharpened. Who do you know that could have done that? Your father?
No, he wasn't magic.
Your mother?
Maybe?
Where did you live? People,
Ada,
only the courts of kings
Ada,
and the
asking
towers of
me
wizards
where I
can do
live,
this.
that's a great question.
Hazel, I need you to think long and hard about this situation. Because you're at a crossroads. Memories, they don't just come back. That's probably what the lady was trying to teach Wirt. And Ada spits on the ground. Gods can only be trusted so far. And then does a little like prostitute him and is like, his name be praised. At the end of the day, it's hard work and getting on with your life that makes things happen. I think you're a woman. You're an adult. You're no longer a child. There's no one who looks after you. Right? How old are you? Wait.
19.
19. Oh yeah, you're definitely an adult. by these standards. You have no. Your father is not here. You barely remember him. You barely remember your family. You need to make new memories now.
Okay,
You
I
need
would
to live
like
your own life.
my own life. I want to ruminate.
I would like to roll
Okay.
ruminate, please.
Okay.
No, I want to think very hard and see if I can remember where I lived.
Okay. Do you have a skill you would like to roll, or would you like me to tell you?
I could roll court-wise or obscure history or
Can always
I was
open
thinking
something.
more of like a will.
hmm.
You can make a wise.
How about
Memory
perception?
wise.
What's the will ob?
We'll say 2.
Okay.
Can I help or do a setup roll for that? Give it
Yeah.
my impassioned speech.
What roll? You can do either.
I was thinking maybe
I can also
a
set myself up.
persuasion roll. I was talking to her. I was not to control her, but like, or I guess what is a different?
You
I
could,
mean,
yeah, you could do a
I was being
persuasion roll.
persuasive.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
the attempt. Okay.
Okay. If you're gonna do setup, it's 2.
Do I want to fork anything in? Can I fork in blacksmithing because it's my dagger?
I don't think that really. You weren't really persuading her about the dagger. It was more about her memories, and the dagger was just sort of the instigator. So no.
Okay. We're gonna add a quick addendum.
It's only up 2 shot.
I have persuasion 3.
Okay.
But I am a tall tale teller. And I will add a tall tale to this telling. So Ada will clasp Hazel on the shoulder and she'll say, traveled to many villages, Hazel, and I knew a girl just like you at one point. And she also had lost her memories. And I told her these exact same words. You have to make your own life. You have to forge your own path. You have to find new horizons. She left that village, came back, met her in a different town. She had suddenly become wife of the mayor of a very successful town. You move up in the world if you know what you're doing. You have so much to look forward to.
Marry
I'll
rich.
teach you to be a blacksmith or marry rich. Find yourself a doctor, but a good doctor, because we've met many bad doctors.
I think just one.
That's more than enough. That's
One
more
many
doctors
times.
than yeah, true. One many times and one too many times as well. Okay. That's all I needed. And now we shall persuade.
You better not make this harder for me. Okay.
Yes. I didn't make it harder, but I didn't make it better. But I
Nope.
did level up my persuasion, which is what I cared about.
Oh my god. You don't want to spend a fate and reroll a traitor. Is that how that works? I don't remember.
No, it's only if it's open ended.
Okay.
It has
Well,
to be a 6 to reroll.
No, this is good. I want to make it great anyway, I think.
Okay, because I could help you with Roadwise by
No.
listing all of the roads in the
every
kingdom.
road, every road ever.
Did you live
Yes.
here?
Was it a big road? Was it cobblestone? Gravel?
Hold up. Okay, I'll spend 1 persona. That doesn't count against, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness!
Good
Wow,
job. Wow, with 2 6s. Holy shit.
I'll spend a fate because I want more
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, look.
Okay. And you want to remember where you lived with your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. So you already know that you lived in a palace with your dad.
Yeah.
You try to think back about where that palace might be. It doesn't. There's no location that comes to you, but you're trying to like figure out if you've ever heard him mention where it was, or like suddenly you start trying to think about whenever you would look out the window, what would you see? And you have like a lot of memories of like looking out the window, but it's sort of blurry, and it always seems to be sort of nighttime. But it's not really like a darkness. It's more of just like a dim, and you can't really. It doesn't really make sense because no matter what time of day you looked outside, it is always dim. And then it, uh, I guess, sort of dawns on you that it's not really blurry that you're seeing. You're just seeing underwater, and you are now certain that this palace is underwater. So you
Perfect.
lived in a palace
What now?
underwater.
Yeah.
You have no idea what that means. I mean, like,
Perfect.
you don't know a palace underwater, but you are certain. And it's not a small building, but it was only ever you, Ash, and your dad in this place underwater.
Yeah. I will look at Ada and be like, Ada, I thought really hard
Yes.
and I remembered something. Does it
Oh.
make sense? Maybe not, but it's a memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Apparently, I lived in a palace underwater.
Oh. Well, let's go back to the most important part of what I just said, which is making new memories and new futures. That's great. Underwater Palace sounds fantastic.
Where is an underwater
Oh,
palace?
that's a great. Well, we'll just have to go and find out somewhere. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Maybe Ragaire knows. The elves do strange things.
Let's scurry over to Ragaire. Ragaire. Elves have underwater palaces?
Do elves have underwater palaces? I'm gonna say no off the bat. But is this something that I could roll sorcery wise and figure out if this is like a sorcery thing?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so because it's not really a spell. It's a building underwater, and water's not magic.
I mean,
Sorcerous
living under
architecture wise.
is it living underwater making a way to live underwater magic?
Yeah, I mean, so your role would tell you like, is it possible to do it? And probably
Okay.
yes, it is possible. I think Hazel, an obscure history role, might
Oh, no problem.
be useful. Um,
Otherwise, I have to sing a song of Ballad of History, which would only
mhm.
tell you about any time an elf has lived underwater.
It all began when elves discovered holding their breath.
Yeah.
She tells you about every elf that's ever
They
set
came
foot in
out of the
water.
sea.
Okay, what's the obscure history rule?
Ob 2.
Okay. I will take help with this if people help.
Ash will help because it's
Oh.
also his obscure history.
Okay, thanks.
Can I help with artifact wise? Are there
Yeah.
any myths or fables relating to artifacts that are underwater or that mention underwater palaces?
No.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to use my amnesiac call on trait. What does that do? Reroll all?
Alon's reroll.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Logan, I think you made this palace underwater just so I couldn't help with roadways.
There's no roads that lead to it.
I know. That's why I
Gonna
was
have
like,
to take
this
No!
slipstream wise.
That's like the exact same roll.
Wow, it really is.
I mean, literally.
But different orders. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know that there's never. You don't know of any palace that's ever been, like, built underwater.
I haven't read about palaces built underwater, but that would make sense. Why would you have books about the palace you're in your palace?
And I'll give you more information that makes it worse.
Okay, perfect.
The complication is more. Well, here I'll just tell you, and then it'll make sense. So you're thinking about the palace. The palace is not an underwater palace. Like the palace is not built to be an underwater palace.
Yeah.
You just look out the windows and there's water.
Yeah.
But like, if you open the windows, water doesn't come in.
Yeah, okay.
I object to all of these words.
This makes
Is this
sense.
just a weird way of saying it's raining? I don't get it.
It's a really heavy rain. Ada
Well, here, okay.
goes back over
The
to
palace
Hazel.
is underwater, but it's not an underwater palace.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's
Better.
a contradictory sentence, technically.
The palace is not inherently underwater; it just happens to be.
Palace
like
is not
Atlantis.
meant to be
Yeah.
underwater, but it has found itself underwater. Anyways, Ada still has Hazel's dagger, I think. Either way, she will go to Hazel and say, as a sort of symbolic gesture, Hazel, I am more than happy to actually sharpen this dagger into a real weapon should you need it ever.
That'd be nice. Symbolic of what?
Becoming a woman.
New daggeries, new memories.
New dagger, new memories, new you. We can bond at the forge. Ash can do our bellows.
Oh, perfect.
Be a coming together of the group.
Yep.
Ragaire can sing us a song.
Do you want a song? I can sing a rhythmic song for
You always
Ash.
need a workman's song, yeah. Okay,
Sure,
Ada
I
will
can roll
sharpen
sing.
this.
Okay. Like right now, or just in general?
Well, right now, might as well.
Okay. Maybe make a weaponsmith. Do you have weaponsmithing?
I don't, but I need to learn it anyways, so might as well.
Oh, okay.
I think dagger is really easy.
Is
Yep.
me singing, would that just be a help? You have to learn it though, so
Or
it'd be a
flavor.
setup roll.
It doesn't matter.
Flavor. I mean, we'll call it an ob1 weaponsmithing to sharpen this dagger.
That's all I need. Just barely.
Nice.
Perfect. We're on our way.
Is this okay? I thought you already had weaponsmithing. I didn't know you were just now opening it.
No.
This was
Yeah.
a strategic move
She's-
during character burning.
A blacksmith, which
Mhm.
blacksmiths can make weapons,
Mm-hmm.
but weaponsmiths are obviously much better at it. So she's
Mhm.
trying to transition towards being a world-renowned
Step 1,
artifact
sharpen a pre-made
building
dagger. Step
weaponsmith.
2, forge a legendary blade.
Exactly. Just not forging
Baby
that
steps.
legend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, you finish doing that. You look back. Ash is no longer pumping the bells. He's like, I think they're broken.
That tracks.
Are you sure about that, Ash?
Yeah, I just couldn't get him to go.
Okay, cool. Well, how about y'all scurry on up? Well, where's Brother Wirt? We should get him down here
He's
too.
ruminating.
He's fine up there.
He's ruminating. That sounds important, but knowing Brother Wirt, it probably isn't. So,
Ouch.
I think it's time to bother him.
Okay.
Am I
Sharpening a
allowed
dagger
to
takes a
go?
little while. You're allowed to take a 5-minute break.
I leave Alfie there.
While we
Perfect.
figure out our next set of plans.
Yeah, you guys all go up and ruminate with Brother Wirt.
Brother Word, I'm sorry to disturb your remuneration, but it's no longer time to ruminate on whatever I don't know what you're doing. Anyways,
Sure. What's up?
well, we need to sort of figure out what our next steps might be. As in,
Have you been able to work out anything with the forge? Is it
the forge
functional?
seems to be functional. There's still a little bit of translation that we need to finish up, but we just find time when we can to squeeze that in. It's obviously not a priority these days, but
Ragaire coughs.
but we do what we can. So the real question is whether we want to hang out at this forge for the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, or since the Duchess is still around somewhere, I was thinking there could be cause to leave Hochen for a short period of time. And maybe she will not follow us or know exactly where to find us quite so quickly.
We could go to the city of uncles.
Exactly. We can jog some more memories with the city of uncles.
I suppose if there is value in that, then I will go. But it would seem to me that staying near the forge would be most helpful for you in decoding this text about forging swords, would it not?
It would, but it would also be most unfortunate if the Duchess found us at the forge before we have a sword, or are in the process of even beginning to make the sword. I think we could maybe stay for a day or two to finish the translations, but I don't think we even have all the resources we need. I need red stones, whatever those are, red gems, something, I don't remember exactly what it said, as well as the heat of spring, which I'll let you just meditate on that one for me, if you wouldn't
Ruminate.
mind. It's runin, yeah, that thing that you like to do. You can do that on the heat of spring, because I don't know what to do with that one. And then somehow we have to find the elven song magic that Ragaire can hopefully put into a magic stone for us to then forge with. So there's quite a few steps in here actually that still need to be resolved. That's why we might not even, we're going to have to leave the forge anyways.
I see. Well,
What are we gonna do with Altheon?
so let me posit
come
this.
with.
Altheon seems to be a limited resource right now. Let's utilize him while we can. Perhaps we finish the translation, find out everything we need to gather to forge this sword, and then we go questing for these items once we know everything. I would hate to see us walk through a town full of magic elf stones and not know that that's the magic elf stone we needed. And
Would be a sad day. And now I don't think many of us would leave an elf stone behind. No elf stone unturned. But I do understand your point. Uh that is perfectly acceptable by me. I'll put you in charge of the children, shall we say, Brother Wirt.
thank you.
Ragaire, duty calls.
Oh. Great.
So with the intent of we are going to stay here for a while, and the good point that the Duchess probably is on the lookout for us, maybe knows about this place. There's been bale trees to be found in the area, all kinds of terrible things. Wirt would like to consecrate the area and
Oh
perform
my
rites of
goodness.
consecration to ward off evil spirits and
Just
bad
a
jujus.
casual Ob 6 faith.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since this is not important, you will succeed on it with flying colors.
That's good enough for me.
Ooh,
No
it's a
help.
tight ob roll.
Ace ob 6.
That's
Ouch.
rough.
That
It's
was
a
stone cold.
little
Did you
not
mean
great.
to use a fate on that by any
Oh.
chance?
If I use a fate, I can re-roll a traitor.
Just get a bunch of 6s in a row.
Might as well. Remaining ob 5.
The
Dice
chances.
1.
Hot dice. Nope.
Well,
Wow, that is horrific.
that was, I
God,
think, the
it's-
worst one yet.
Yep. That's okay. Well, Wirt performs the blessings of consecration,
Mm-hmm.
etc. The rites of rites of wrong rolling. So
While Wirt is
maybe something happened.
consecrating this house,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to huddle with Ash
Mm-hmm.
and see if he wants to leave.
Leave?
Yes.
Leave the, like, follow the plan leave, or, like, leave the group leave?
Leave Clotho's house area.
Oh. He's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not real attached to this place. Why? I mean, it seems the forge is important to Ada, but
Well, yeah, well, we can come back. I'm not saying that we leave forever. I'm just saying that just doesn't know who we are. We don't matter to her. She's looking for them. So we can go to the town and do whatever we want. I think we should go talk to Willow. See if she knows why Wirt's thing didn't work. It should have worked.
aren't we supposed to stay with Ada?
Who did we tell that to? Ada?
I don't remember if Ada is supposed to stay with us or if we're supposed to
I'm
stay
pretty
with
sure
her, but
Ada
one of the two
coerced
is
us
supposed to
into
be
doing
true.
that, but she's coercing everybody into doing things, and I don't know if I like it.
What if we coerce her into stopping at the Abbey on the way to where she wants to go?
They're talking about like staying here for days, and I don't know if they brought their books with them. They probably
Oh.
did.
Oh. Yeah. Let's go, because I don't want to work those stupid bells anymore. They're not broken. I just gave up.
Yeah, I think we all knew that.
No, I think Ada was fooled. She's not the brightest hammer in the forge.
Okay, let's go.
Are we gonna sneak out?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna go off into the woods to. We're gonna go look at that exploded tree that Brother Wirt exploded. We'll be right
So
back.
impressive.
It was just still mesmerizing. And I know this consecration's gonna go great because you've done that, so you can do this. So
We'll be
Mate.
back.
just right outside if you need us.
Wirt
Okay.
notes the direction that they leave and finishes what he's doing and then begins to follow the tracks.
Okay. You are doing this consecration. It takes you a hot second. And as you finish it, you like complete it and you hear a ghostly howl that does not sound consecrated.
All right.
You turn around to follow them and you see a
Oh no.
young woman standing in the door. Not Hazel.
Hello?
Hello. Is this my house?
No.
I think this is my house.
Who are you? Why are you here?
My name's Alice.
All right.
No, I think this is my house. Look. And then she like walks over to the side.
Is she showing me something?
Yeah.
What is she showing me?
Well, she's like outside the house. She like
Yeah.
was like, and then she pointed and walked over to the side.
Oh, I assumed I was outside consecrating the
Oh.
area around the house.
Oh no,
Like,
you were
doing a
inside. You don't have to.
perimeter
You don't have to walk. You can just sit in the very center.
Okay.
But you're inside. She was outside.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll poke my head out the door and look at wherever she's.
She's gone. There's no footsteps in the snow.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Ada bellows up from the deep. She says, "What? Is everything okay? I thought I heard a scream."
I think I met a ghost.
What? I can't hear you.
Well, it's probably nothing. Probably fine. Just don't worry about it. It's all right. Go back to your foraging.
Okay. Have
In
fun with the
15 episodes,
kids.
that'll be relevant again. Okay. Okay, so you now follow the kids all the way back to the Abbey. Okay. Are you just finishing a day of translating, you two? I'm
Wow.
giving you
Yes.
the opportunity to run away and delay again.
No, God, no. Please help me finish translating.
I would like to flash back and change one of my beliefs to finishing translating finally.
Well, you got 2 days left, so Ragaire cannot stick around for 2 days, so you will probably be next session before it's done. Okay. So we will part of your consequence, your actual consequence, Connor, is that it'll just take a while, so it'll be at the Abbey a while before you get there, but you can follow them.
That's
Because neither is stealthy in any capacity.
Mhm.
Okay, but you can get to the Abbey, Hazel and Ash, no problem. It's what was it? Afternoon when you guys got there? Probably. You're getting there close to nighttime or close to evening.
Yeah, that's good.
What would you like to do? You arrive at the door.
We're gonna go see Willow.
Okay. You walk inside and you immediately come face to face with Brother Wayne. Says, "Oh, Beatrice and Whistleworth, you've come back."
Brother Wayne, we didn't decide to choose those names.
They were chosen for you. The lady instills me with knowledge sometimes. This is clear to me.
Every
Okay.
once in a while.
That's fine. That's nice. Thank you for the names.
Mm,
Can we go see Sister Willow?
With what regard?
We want to talk to she and Wirt told us all about the lady, and we want to talk to her about the
Well,
lady. We have
take
questions.
everything that Wirt says about the lady as hearsay.
Why? Why is he so sassy? Why? What? Brother Wirt seems like he knows correct
Oh,
things
he
about the
is
lady.
very knowledgeable about the lady.
Why do you say it like
One
that?
of the most knowledgeable people.
Okay, yeah, but we got more information from Brother Wirt earlier, so I guess we want to run that by Willow and confirm
Hmm.
that it's
You would
correct.
like to see Willow. Would you like Willow to see you?
Yeah. Well, she
That's
can't.
not possible.
Yeah, you really got us.
Haha. Let's go.
Gosh, he's just the worst.
He takes you up to Willow's bedroom slash study slash the only room she's ever found in. Knocks and says, Sister Willow, Beatrice and Wusselwarf are here to speak with you.
Hello.
Oh, yes, come in. I'm not busy. You see her just sort of shove things to the side.
It's okay if you're busy. We can come back later.
No, I've already shoved them aside.
Okay. Do you have time to talk to us?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. About what?
Brother Wayne, you're dismissed.
I'll be waiting outside if you require me. Shuts the door.
Sister Willow,
Yes.
as the head matriarch and leader of this abbey,
Yes. Yes. That is my role here.
I would like to bring to your attention that Brother Wirt had a failing with the lady earlier.
Oh. Um. Oh, well, I mean, sometimes when we
Yeah,
try
and
to
it's
do
not.
something,
She just
yeah.
says that she doesn't want to do it. Whatever, whatever. Blah blah blah. He went on and on and on about
Yes.
how it could go wrong, and then it went wrong.
Oh, well, I mean, sometimes that means it actually went right and we just don't know. And other times it means maybe it was the wrong thing that we asked for. And sometimes it means she's angry with us. But Brother Word quite literally just repented, so I don't think it's probably that one.
Okay, well that's good. Well, we wanted. So I don't know if we told you about this in our original introduction, but we don't remember our past.
I
And it would
got
be
that from the 4-hour conversation we
yeah,
all
yeah,
had.
yeah. And it would be nice to. I remembered earlier that I lived in a palace that also happens to be underwater, but not an underwater palace, and
Oh,
that was
okay, yes,
concerning.
yeah. Sometimes the lady gives us metaphors that we must puzzle through rumination.
Yes. Um, I guess we just wanted to talk to you and see if maybe you could try to help us.
Oh, okay, so you'll have to make a roll. What roll would you like to
I
make?
was gonna
Because,
make an astrology roll.
huh, okay. Astrology just, can you just roll astrology by itself without having it? I guess it only does that thing when you fork it, right?
And I can use it as a setup for her, theoretically, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't I don't want to roll a faith as her for something that you want. So it'll
Mm.
be your roll will determine the success of
Yeah,
her
that's
faith.
fine.
Um Astrology. Let's see. Not anatomy. Where okay, here we go. Yeah, you can Calling upon the stars to answer a question. Ob 4.
Great. I want to use divine inspiration.
Okay.
Double
And I
my
think
base
astrology
dice.
is open-ended, right?
Yes.
Oh, wait, no. Is astrology open-ended or is the fork die just
Oh,
open-ended?
the fork die is open. Astrology is not.
Okay, you're doubling your dice with a
Yes.
deed? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Big deed point. You don't want to put your 3 deeds into sorcery?
No, I don't think that
Okay.
that's possible.
Okay. That's fair.
What could I fork in? Can I fork in etiquette?
Maybe specify how you would like to.
Well, this is kind of a nebulous rule, but we were coming to her like as because it's a matriarchal society,
Mhm.
and like approaching it from a I don't know, that you should know about your. I was gonna say coven, but that's not what they.
She's onto us.
Because you're the head boss bitch.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, and you go through the proper motions of being of having etiquette. That's fine.
No. Okay. 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 Uh.
So close.
Look. What if I just spend all my 3 deed points on astrology?
I mean, that'd be pretty funny.
Shade shift astrology.
I mean, Mia would do that.
Why did you spend a persona?
Because I wanted to keep 4 persona around.
That's so much
For
persona.
what? You can't use 4 persona
Oh,
all
you're
at
right. It's
once.
3. I should have used. Okay. How many failed?
Okay, since you did, you can spend retroactively spend a persona because you can't ever spend 4. So
Okay.
you gave me a reason why you would have.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you
did it.
go. Thank you. That's so
Perfect.
kind.
Yeah, I am kind, Sarah. Take notes.
So rude.
Ow, shade. DM shade. Oh my god. Get out of here.
Just see what happens to your mother next session, okay?
You're gonna be visited by the horse. Be prepared.
Okay, and so you want her. This is sort of the same thing you were having Brother Wirt do.
Yeah.
And did you want all your memories back, or what was the exact thing that you had Brother Wirt pray for?
I think it was. I mean, I think really what she wants is like a sense of self and like history, and she doesn't have that. So I don't know if it's actually all memories back or just like remembrance of who you are.
Okay. So Willow sort of takes you and sort of sits you and Ash down on the floor, and then like you guys make a little circle, and she starts doing something quite similar to what Brother Wirt was doing, she asked, she's like, well, do you have any, like, I don't know, like a focus or something that we can, maybe something sentimental to you or something?
If I give you this dagger means a lot to me, but you better not mess it up. He messed it up, and it's worse than it was. And if it gets even more messed up, it's gonna be not functional.
I promise I
I'm
won't mess this
watching
stuff.
you.
Well, I cannot say the same.
Didn't we sharpen that back up?
Yeah.
It's not forever sharp.
We
though.
sharpened it non-magically.
It is worse than it once was. Okay. She takes that and she sort of she takes it from you, and then she like slices her hand open and starts like bleeding and holds your hand, and then she
This
like
is different.
slices her other
This is
hand
how
and
you
then
know
holds
this is
Ash's
real
hand.
shit.
This is the good.
This is
And she
metal.
she's like, okay, lady, we ask you to help us determine who Hazel or Beatrice, one of these two. We ask you to give us some knowledge of her, and we'll have Hazel maybe walk me through a memory, and we'll see where it goes. So tell me, who is your dad? What's a memory of your dad?
My dad took us away from my mom, and then we stayed in this underwater palace for a little bit, and then he took us on vacation.
Okay, and then she's like, describe your dad to me. And then you just start talking. Like, you are describing something. You had no memory of this before she asked that question, and then you just start describing. You're like, well, my dad, he has a big face and he has a really wide mouth and his eyes are really large and he sort of just is that, and he's this
That's all
dark
he is.
figure. That's all he is, and he can watch me from wherever he is. He can just see, because he's a little spooky. I think that's where I get it. It's like, okay, that's good. I think that if you're describing to me, this is Willow again. She says, that sounds awfully like something that Brother Wirt told me. Are you familiar with the consort?
Am I?
I don't know why you would be.
Yeah.
Let me make an obscure history
roll. Sure. History. History. We will say obscure history or figure in history. Ob 4.
I'm sure that this will not go well, but it'll be
No,
fun.
that's fine. That's fine.
I put the 4 in the wrong place. Oops. Oh.
Oh. And a 6.
I know.
Take notes, Connor.
Mm-hmm. Have the random number generator work more in my favor.
Close
though. Good.
Close. So you don't recall this consort figure. But you when she asks you, she says, "Are you familiar with the consort?" You have a flood of like very painful memories, like borderline like abuse. Like if you stepped out of line at all, you were punished so severely, and you had suppressed these memories, and they all just come flooding back to you at once. So you will take a injury. It's going to be a 1 will penalty until you can get rid of it somehow.
My tax will, probably.
Well, I don't know.
Uh.
Okay. And then, so this is going back to her leading this little seance thing. So she's like, okay, Perfect. Well, the consort, he's a very powerful figure in our religion, and sometimes he has chosen that I think Brother Wirt is one of them. You might also be, if this is what you're describing, which is a very great thing. The consort is a very benevolent figure and can just bestow great gifts. So if that is truly your dad, that is, well, I don't think he can have children, but that's maybe it's a metaphor.
I was just about to be like, I have a question.
Okay, and then she says, "Tell me about this house you lived in. Was it 1 stories? Was it 2 stories?"
Multiple stories.
Whoa, that you must be very well off. Most buildings are 1 story. That's just architecture-wise right there. Okay. You begin to she's like, "Let's go on a virtual tour of your home. Just walk me through all of the rooms." And you start describing to her just sort of right out of like you just describe the house to her, and then at the end she says, "And you're sure that's your house that you lived in? Because you just described the floor plan of this abbey."
Well, it was underwater, so it couldn't have been this abbey. This abbey's not
She
underwater.
looks nervously outside the window. Didn't believe her. Like, okay. Um, would you like? Let's see. The lady only works in 3s, so we'll probably have one more question we can ask. Would you like to know who you are, or would you like to know about your mother?
Who I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
she's
feel
like,
like
okay.
that's not the juicy one, but I'm
Ash is like, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like, okay, describe yourself to me, and you describe yourself to her, and then she says, okay, and what is your name? And you just say, Odelia Beaumont. Come right out. She says, well, that is something then.
But
Because I knew an Odelia Beaumont who was 4 years old.
this is true. Multiple people can have the same name.
Mm-hmm.
But not the same dagger.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of a kind, so
Yeah.
it's like a fingerprint.
Okay. And well, if the lady made you say it, then it's true. I don't know why she would fool us with saying, haha, this is actually her legal name, but it's not the same legal name as someone else. You know, that's not how the lady works. So I think we could be fairly confident that you are this Odelia. However, something unusual has happened because I don't think you're 4 years old.
No.
Granted, I can't see you, but you don't sound 4 years old.
No, I'm not 4 years old. Okay, well, this wasn't this. I have more questions now.
No, well, maybe you can try your luck.
I'm okay. So the lady
Okay.
works in 3s, so I would hate to.
Yeah, but maybe we could offer this dagger up as an offering and see if she
No,
gives us.
let's not do that. Let's not.
Yeah, that's fine. It's your dagger.
As she says, as she's bleeding out from her hands.
Casually. Okay, you arrive at the Abbey Brother Word. Are you
Mhm.
going to try to find them immediately?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
they made it to the abbey, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they can't be in that much danger. So I'm not like rushing around. But
Mhm.
hey, Sister Wendy. I don't remember
Yeah,
names.
there's a
Wendy?
Wendy. You don't want Wendy though.
No. One of them. I just, oh, hey, have you seen those kids around? Those wacky teenagers that are
Like, oh yeah,
gallivanting about this
Wayne took
place?
him upstairs to Willow.
Oh, wow. Look at that. I guess I'll go talk to Willow.
And you get there, and Wayne says, "Sorry, your sister is currently busy with Beatrice and Whistleworth. You'll have to take a number and wait."
I knock on the door. Hello? Sister?
Sure, but you can come in, I guess.
Open the door. Oh,
You
hi.
see them sitting in a bloody circle on the ground.
Am I interrupting anything? Do you
No,
just
I
need some
think we've
time
actually
here?
just finished up because she doesn't want to part with her dagger.
I see. Okay. Would you like my help cleaning up? This looks like quite a mess.
No, I'm fine. They might want to wash their hands, though.
Okay.
One of your hands is covered in her blood. And your dagger is also very bloody.
Y'all are real lucky because she had the black blood disease.
The question mark in it if she was ever cured. She just sort of woke up one day.
It's true.
They all turn to you and they have like black veins in their face.
Ugh, God damn it. Well, what are you doing?
I think I'll just like clean up a little bit, like grab the dagger,
Mhm.
grab Ash's hand, and just like walk by Wirt.
Bye.
Brother, that girl. I hear you had a. Have you disappointed the lady again?
I don't know what I could possibly have done. It's been like 24 hours.
I know you are very expeditious, apparently. But well, anyway, this young girl came to me and asked me to pray for her, and the lady gave us some pretty remarkable knowledge. I mean, one, this is definitely Odelia Beaumont. There's no question about that anymore. Why she's old, I don't know. Who that boy is, I have a couple guesses. We didn't do anything. We didn't got no information from him. Two, this father she's been talking about she described the consort to me perfectly from what you have said. So the consort must be working through her now. I think maybe when you did you tell her that you stopped? No, you didn't ever tell her that you no. She's like, so I mean this must be a sign of great things if the consort is coming to you and to her. It just means great things are coming.
Hmm. Maybe. I don't know, sister. Perhaps I have concern that she and I and the Duchess at this point are all connected to the consort. I don't understand what is the
The
meaning
Duchess.
behind this. Yes, you told me the Duchess came to you looking for me, and I don't understand why these things would be connected. I don't like that they are.
I keep praying to the lady and the consort to give me guidance, and I haven't got much other than, I guess, Odelia Beaumont walking in here and asking me to pray with her. Maybe that's why you failed. She wanted Odelia to come to me.
I suppose that makes some sense.
I mean, like you said, it's only been 12 hours. How did you possibly upset her? So maybe you just... What did you ask? You prayed for her to get her memories back?
Yes, we asked for insight into who she was.
Well, I mean, she came and asked me the same thing, so she got the information. Maybe there was just some information that you weren't able to give her, so you weren't given that information. I mean, it makes sense to me, but I don't know
Perhaps
why
there's
you.
something the lady does not want me to know?
Maybe. Maybe pray on that. Maybe ruminate on that question.
Hmm.
Here,
Well,
I have this book for
thank
you.
you.
You know, our holy book. It's called 5,027 Ruminations on the Lady.
Oh, thank you. I lost my copy a few years back. I appreciate you
Yes.
giving me yours.
I think this is actually your copy. It's in.
Oh, did
I
I
can't.
leave it here again?
Yeah, I can't read it. It's not in Braille.
Goodness. Well, that would make sense. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go read this. But thank you for helping with these issues. I'm glad
I
that
always do.
you and Hazel were able to come to some understanding of who she was.
Hmm. I don't know if it helped her, but she seemed to be in a rush when she left, so maybe she'll do something with that information.
Well, I suppose she probably just needs space and time to consider what's been told to her. Thank you. Thank you, sister. And Wirt leaves.
You know where to find me. I'll be in this room.
She lives in one place.
Okay. Hazel? Where did you run off to?
Wherever we've been bedrooming.
Oh, okay, you're just going to your bedroom. Do you want to do anything?
I will tell Ash about memories and how horrible they are and cry.
Hmm. Because, wow, that I don't have any of those memories. Are you sure that's... I don't have any of those memories that you just divulged. Are you really this Odelia? I mean, Brother Wirt has been insisting that you're this Odelia this whole time, but do you believe it now?
Gorilla suplex got me good. Okay. I don't know. What if Willow told this consort to tell me to tell me make me say those things and it's not really real, but it feels real and it's horrible.
You think that she's trying to fool us?
I don't know.
I mean, she doesn't. I can't get a read on her. She doesn't seem
Probably
malevolent,
not,
but
but you were just questioning it, so I just don't know what to believe.
well, he'll comfort you, but doesn't really offer any advice. Back at the forge, you guys are translating away. 0 distractions. Ragaire, would you like to do anything? Just a random question.
Would you like to play the
Would
game
you-
today?
Would you like to do
The
any
ghostly
actions?
image of Ada standing over you.
We'll say you guys
flashes
are
before you.
translating, but you don't have to just say no. I'm just translating. You can do other things
Yeah.
at the forge at the moment.
I did want to roll elf song wise. Like as I'm translating, I want to be thinking about what kind of elf songs could be used for the forging of swords.
Elf song wise.
Yeah, I
can do a
have a
test.
skill being learned that's called elf song wise.
Okay. Sure. Let's say that this is. I guess what information do you want on this song? Or do you want to tell me something that you want to be true, and I'll tell you the opposite?
I guess I want to be able to identify it and hopefully learn it through this text or like through other means, I guess is essentially like I want to. Usually, it just takes multiple elves to work on elf songs, so
Mhm.
I want to look for clues on how to make that process faster.
Let's say
Altheon
you,
might know that song. He might not. I don't trust him. What'd you
and this
say?
is your opening elf song wise.
Yeah. Or at least I mean, I'm also kind of thinking of it as a setup action for like hopefully whenever we have to sing a song, whatever
Yeah.
else might be related to this kind of
Okay.
forging song business.
Um.
Songstone business.
Yes. I will say we'll make it an ob 2
Okay.
elf song wise.
Mhm.
And you can have one advantage because you're literally reading a book about this song at the moment.
Okay. Great. And I'll use the fate since I'm learning it. I can add a fate. Okay. Great. So I'll do that. And you said op 2?
Mhm.
No go? There
Oh,
we go.
nice.
Well,
Those
um,
succeeds.
I'll say degree of success is significant, so you can reroll those if you'd like. So
Okay.
you're the only one who's in single digits fate, so I
Blown
really
on
don't have to
fate.
keep trying to get you to spend fate.
Yeah, I'm always spending that fate though. But sure, let's do it. So I'll re-roll those two. You're off. 2 dice. There's another 6.
I think it already did it. Yeah.
Okay,
So it did the 2 and then it rerolled that 6
got it.
into a 1. Okay. Perfect. Well, you as you're starting to ponder this question, you literally get to the part of the book and begin translating things that are like beginning to answer this question.
Here's how you sing this song.
Yeah. So
Musical notation as follows.
so I know the information I want to give you, but we will take a break and I will decide how I want to give you that information in a fun way. So
Okay.
that way I'm not just saying like this is a song you sing. But okay, we'll
You
take a
gotta sing it
quick
to me
Yeah,
so I
I'm
can
gonna
sing
get
it
out my
back.
electric keyboard and my banjo. The only
I-
2 instruments known to elves.
That's not what I expected.
Electric keyboard and banjo. Wow, I love this fiction. I love this fiction suddenly.
And I like that it's electric keyboard, not synthesizer. So we
Yeah.
can't make all
Yes.
kinds of sounds. but
An
only
elf
Mhm.
song is just
piano
I am a
noises.
man of constant sorrow. Which is how we recover from grief. We sing
Elves
I'm a
are
man of
actually
constant sorrow.
the electric country hicks of
Ugh.
the world.
Perfect. Okay.
Country
10-minute
folk.
break. We'll be back on the dot. And we're back. Okay, so you, Ragaire, just blanked on your name.
Tis I.
The one who translates. You are looking for information on the elf song used in the making of this sword. So this whole thing that you've been translating is written by, not an elf, but actually a human who's just worked closely with the elves. It's Angar Smith's like great grandpa or something like that. Someone of the Smith dynasty. But you get to the point, and this is almost becoming like a journal entry where they're like, they were missing a piece for how to do this. And then they met an elf named Nim who brought a song to them that was sort of, she learned very Buddha-esque from meditating under something called a lunar oleander. And it just, no one taught it to her. She just learned it.
She had a moment of enlightenment under the lunar oleander.
Yes.
Got
She
it.
was ruminating under this oleander and learned the song. And she sort of sang it for the Sir Smith, whatever his first name is. And he spoke Elvish, so then that was sort of an inspiration for him. And then they used the song stone to sort of store that song, and then it was used when they were forging the swords. You get that it was a like sort of a two-part song, and one part of it was used to forge Wintertide, and the other was going to be used to forge Summer Song, but it is not there for whatever moment. Maybe it has expired.
Great. Does it tell me anything else, like how to get it back, or just?
No, he just like, it's just a journal entry of like, yep, Nim sang the song. She put it in the stone. This is where she learned it. That's how we used it. So you have
Okay.
some idea of how you would use the stone and how you would use the stone in the process of making the sword, but you still don't have the actual song. But you do know where Nim learned the song. So you know how she learned
Under
it.
the lunar oleander while
Mhm.
performing ruminate.
Mhm.
Got it.
It's just that simple.
Do we need a solar oleander if we're gonna do it for the Sword of Summer?
No, because it
Okay.
was both parts of the song were sort of stored at once.
Capiche. Got it. Okay, great. I don't tell Ada this. I just continue on. I mean, not that I don't think she needs to know yet.
Right.
It's all elf
Hey,
technicalities.
Yeah.
Ragaire, you don't get to gatekeep the knowledge.
I mean, I translate it like everything else, but I'm not like, hey, Ada, let's go find a lunar oleander. Have I heard of a lunar oleander? Is that like a rare tree? Is that a normal tree?
It's not a run of the mill. It's not just like, oh yeah, this is lunar oleander, a species. You can make a check to know if you know that
Sure.
information. It is not found on a road. It says that in the subtext. It says, by the way, this was not found on a road.
meanie pants.
He says, he's like, I don't really know why Nim told me this, but she was insistent it was nowhere near a road.
It's just a rule of nature that all lunar oleanders grow far from roads.
No roads lead to lunar oleanders, that's
feel-
for sure.
It's the opposite of the King's Way rest stop things.
I just feel like, roadwise is just being blocked at every turn at a crossroad. Okay. Can I make a check, I guess? I am learning Ballad of History.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah, and that just sort of works as the history skill,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that was a question.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just for elves.
Maybe We'll say ob 3. I wouldn't call it classical history or obscure figure in history, but maybe somewhere in between. Unless, maybe it's a countercultural movement.
I'm gonna need you to take a step back. So you're sticking to ob 3?
What's your exact question that you want to know?
How does one find a lunar oleander?
Yes, we'll say just from the repertoire of your knowledge right now, we'll say ob 3.
Okay, I will spend more of that sweet, sweet fate.
You got just an endless
Supply.
supply.
I will update it after this. Okay, use the 1. Okay. This is great. I'm gonna ruminate. I'm gonna practice rumination.
Are your songs open-ended? I never remember. No.
I don't think if I'm
Skill
learning
songs
them,
are not. Spell songs
Skill songs.
are.
Yes, of course.
but I'm still learning this, so I don't even know if
But it's
I
still a
haven't been.
skill song, right?
Yeah.
I've never made them open-ended before.
Wow. That was
Successful. I am that much closer to opening Ballad of History.
Yeah,
That's really what we're looking for.
Ballad of History. We will tell you that you sort of get not great information. It's not a. It's not like there's not multiple. This is like capital L lunar, capital O oleander, one specific plant.
Of course it is.
And so you are unfamiliar with this
Specific,
yeah.
special, singular tree.
It's not unusual for elves to be like, yeah, it's not unusual for elves to like get knowledge from like meditating and plants. It happens all the time, and a lot of times people will name their plant. So like you think Nim might have just done this, but
Got it. And like she did this, but no one ever heard about it, so we don't know where the lunar.
At least not back at the where you're from. It does sound like it was nearby ish, like somewhere in the valley. It's not like
Cool.
Nim traveled the rest of her life to find me. It's like we met up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be really easy. All I gotta do is find a lunar oleander, and then I gotta meditate under the tree, and then the spell song will magically come to me through the transmission of intertwined consciousness. That is how elven magic and spell songs work. It's great.
Is that how that works? Okay. Sure. You're very confident, which is good. Yeah, we need confidence. Okay, great. So where's the oleander?
It's nearby.
Oh, okay. Well, we can go find it later then, I guess.
Yeah,
We're making good progress.
yeah, we're almost done. We have 1 day left.
1 whole day.
1 day more. Yeah, I feel like it's awful quiet. Where those youths should be making more noise.
Oh,
I don't hear
Wirt's with
Brother
them.
Wirt
It's
either.
fine.
He's usually, reciting the
Ragaire,
parable
it's
of a saint.
fine. I'm sure he's reciting parables at them,
I know, that's
and
why
we
I'm
just
worried I don't
can't
hear him.
They could be well.
My elf ears hear farther than yours, and they're like really not here.
There's a trend lately where we have to go and find people who have suddenly gone missing or left our vicinity, and I'm
That's
really just
true.
not enjoying it. I think we should stay in our vicinity and let them come back to us.
Make
Okay.
a persuasion roll.
No.
I just thought it would be fun.
I mean, I'll do it. I want that XP.
What's your will, Ragaire?
6.
Perfect. Let me just roll this real quick. Ta-da!
Oh, you got a 6? I'll say degree of success matters here.
Does degree of failure matter? That's the real question.
So you can control like Ragaire's response to this situation. Oh my gosh! Wow!
Oh, we're on a roll. Oh, okay, we're not on a roll
Wow.
anymore. You got closer. Okay. Let's see. If you're gonna mark down that persuasion, then I have to give you a consequence.
Consequences? Ragaire doesn't do what I want.
No. Ragaire called for the roll, but that was the end of Ragaire's say on the matter.
What?
I mean, I don't need this, so I'll just take it off.
Okay, do that. Okay. Do you want to make any, or do you have any
Wait, I need to get
actions you
my
want to do?
fate back then.
Yeah. Do you have any actions you want to do before I fast forward and release you all from the bonds of translating?
That was
No.
for me.
No, I mean, I don't think there's much we can really do.
Okay. Do either of you two have anything you want to do in the next day at the Abbey before they're done translating?
Does Brother Wirt come and check on the kids?
Yes, but he's not pushy about it.
Okay.
So, he'll pop in, hey, brought some water and salt
Oh.
bread.
Just salt.
Do you want something? If not, that's cool, whatever. Here it is, bye. Shuffle off awkwardly, pop back in an hour later. Hey, we're gonna go run out to the forest and grab some maple syrup. You can come if you want. Or not. Head back out. Just that kind of thing.
I would like to make a roll.
Mm-hmm.
An inconspicuous roll so that Brother Wirt doesn't know how devastated she is.
Inconspicuous of verses?
I think it's observation.
Mm-hmm.
It's versus observation. Okay. So, you are the... Oh.
She is
I
the
would say...
aggressor.
I would say normally the person observing would probably be the aggressor, but in this case, I think you're the aggressor with inconspicuous. Okay, so you roll first and set the ob for Brother Wirt.
No problem.
She is the one
Oh, wait.
actively hiding something. I am not the one actively seeking something. So
Right.
she's the aggressor.
So you roll first, Brother Wirt, set the ob, and she has to exceed it.
Okay.
Oh,
4.
that's a lot of 5s.
It is. Where were those earlier?
Thank you.
What the hell?
Brother Wirt, you notice immediately because she still has... She didn't really clean herself, and she's been crying, and she's been wiping her tears, and she just has blood
Mhm.
smeared all over her face with tears. Her eyes are puffy. She doesn't look great, but she says, "I'm fine. Thanks for the salt
Got,
bread."
like a blanket pulled like thanks so much.
Yeah, I will bring her a warm, damp rag with which to clean her face. And otherwise, not let on that I know very much.
Are you gonna do anything with that, Hazel?
I
Okay.
just wanted the test.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well,
Oh my god.
in that case, when you
It
come
added
back, Brother
flavor.
Wirt, now we're just asking for rolls left and right. Okay, when you come back, Brother Wirt, Ash is sort of sitting on his bed, and he has maybe you brought like a knife to cut the salt bread, and you come back, and he's just like sitting there, like stabbing it into the bed, like pillar
Mhm.
post, and he says,
Into the mattress or into the bedpost?
into the bedpost, like
Okay.
sinking into the wood and then doing it.
Mhm.
He says, he like slams it in like forcefully when you come in. He says, "Who is this, Odelia? Because you've said it, and now your sister has said it, and you've got her all messed up. Who is this, Odelia?"
Is Hazel in the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind her blanket.
Behind her blanket, of course.
Quietly sobbing.
Do you mind if I just run out into the hallway and grab a chair so we can sit and have this conversation? There's nowhere else to sit in this room. I would like to be seated for this. I run out and I go and I find a chair and I want to dig through my bag and like find some trinkets of something that Morrine has given me, or a fragment of like, oh yeah, this is Morrine's glove that I was just holding on to for some reason, and then she beezed. That something representative of the Beaumont family. And
Just
then
roll a die of fate. Just
can I
a
roll the fact
1d6.
that I'm resourceful?
Is that a call on?
That is a call on.
So you can re-roll this if
Oh,
you don't like
okay.
the result.
All right. It's a 5.
Yes.
Okay. So come back into the room. We'll say I've got like a scarf. I like that as an idea. Morrine let me borrow a scarf one time because I was cold, and I still had it.
That
She
was
also
the
let you
kindest
borrow.
thing she
Yeah.
ever did for you.
Yeah,
She let you borrow a glove once because she's like, I don't need the left one.
she bought a pair. No, what I would imagine what she does is she gets them modified so that she always has 2 gloves when she buys one. She's got the backup. It's a 2-for-1 deal type thing. Yeah, so I bring the scarf and the chair back in, and I sit down and yes. So when I was traveling to Hochen,
Are you still
there
in the room, or
was
did you go into the hallway? Sorry.
I went back into the hallway to grab the stuff and then came
Then came
back
back.
into
Okay,
the room.
perfect.
Yeah. So sitting in the room with you guys now. Traveling to Hochen was a somewhat perilous and difficult journey. So there was a group of us that traveled together. There was a number of taxmen and other judiciary type people of the kingdom. There was a traveling dentist. There's all sorts of a medley crew that were traveling through the mountains. And myself and Ada, Ragaire, were all part of a company with this small family. The Beaumonts, Morrine was the matriarch, her husband, Alden, and they had a small child, Odelia. She was about 4 years old. They were from the capital, I believe, and traveling north on business to attend to some of the kingdom's administrative needs. Morrine and Alden and myself did not agree on everything that we came about or came to discuss, but I viewed them as friends, and I hope they felt the same way about me. But I took it upon myself to care for their family and help them where I could. Morrine was on a personal quest to find a man who had wronged her, and had caused her family great harm, and I felt it important to help her seek the justice that she was owed.
Pause real quick. Make a persuasion roll. Yeah. Before we continue going.
Mhm.
This will be what? We'll say a nice 4.
Do. Okay.
Oh no! Oh, I'm
Just-
so excited.
Just brutal.
So, Ash was pretty heated when you came into the room, and you are in your brother Wirt wave, just giving all the backstory. He's like not. He's like, I don't care about Morrine, who is Odelia. Like, he is just fuming, and he like has stabbed that knife into the bedpost, and he's just sitting there like glaring at you with his arms crossed. And you like look over, and you see like the knife is like beginning to smoke on the bedpost.
Odelia is a child that I swore to protect. I made this oath to her parents and also to my sister. We saw a spark of divinity in Odelia and wanted to make sure that she stayed safe while she learned what her true calling would be.
What does that have to do with her?
With Hazel?
Yeah. No one can explain to me how this 4-year-old, this mystic, godly 4-year-old, is now my sister, who's on 19.
Odelia disappeared. She and her adoptive brother went into the woods one day, and they did not return. And everything we did to trace them down led to us believing that they had fallen under some sort of spell and been taken somewhere else.
You never found him?
You are those children.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's say we believe you. How are we now older?
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know where you went.
Well, your sister
What
seems to
happened
think
to
this
you?
consort was involved. Do you think we should go ask this consort? He seems to be the only one who can give us any information that's useful.
I cannot tell you what to do.
How do we contact
But
this
I
consort?
would-
What do we do? Do we just call out? Do we just say like, "Oh, consort, come give us information"? Do we have to like cut our hands like your sister did?
In the bed, I'm just going, no, 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 no.
If you wish to contact the lady or her consort, you pray to them in a sincere and personally meaningful way. That is all I can tell you. I do not think this is a wise idea. This is very dangerous, this world that you're stepping into here. But I cannot stop you.
Okay, I think that's probably all that you can say to us.
If you have any other questions,
Oh, I do.
or feel free to ask me at any time. I understand this is difficult. It must be. But
You broke her dagger.
and I'm sorry. I
And you
did not know
turned
that
my
would
mom
happen.
and dad maybe into bees. I don't know.
Voice in the distance says, "That dagger was enchanted. It was made, touched by another hand.
Yeah.
I fixed it."
Alden and Morrine have also fallen under some sort of spell. And finding Clotho is our best chance at discovering what happened to them. This keeps me up every night. And if you two would help me in finding Clotho, I would be very appreciative. But I'm not going to charge you with that task
He
unwillingly.
takes that knife out of the bed and he sort of holds it. He says, I don't care about this Clotho and I don't care about this Morrine or this Alden. I care about this dagger that you took from my sister. It was hers and you ruined it. So I think you need to make it up to her somehow. That's what I think you should do.
Anything I can do to atone, I will try.
He sort of throws the dagger back down on the bed and then he gets up and he walks out of the room. Now you're just in there alone with Hazel.
I just neatly fold up the scarf and hand it to Hazel.
Teenagers.
And nod, and if you wish to speak, I can be found. And then I leave the room.
Leaving you alone in your room.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything before we fast forward? I will make you finish this translation.
I like how you're acting like it's some sort of extended fast forward when it's one day.
Yeah, one day.
We could have
One day's
fast forwarded like a week ago, and it would have been fine.
No, but that would have that would have minimized your consequence of having it be so long. Okay, anyway, we fast forward one day. You're done with the translation. You guys are still at the forge. You guys are still at the abbey.
Yeah.
The final sort of bit of information in this translation says we do all of these things. These are the ingredients we use. We use a spell song to forge it. We have these complete swords, but they are inactive and they have to be activated. And then he says, maybe we'll figure out how to do that. And that's the last thing. That's
What a useless piece of shit.
What does it say anything about the sheath in here, or is it only about the swords?
I think maybe the main bit was the swords. Maybe they mentioned that they also made the sheaths, but it wasn't. They're not
Okay.
super powerful. Maybe they can just help locate the sword, but they're not really that strong on their own.
Okay. So we need red gems, we need spell song, and we
Feet
need
of
to
spray.
activate.
So you
This is
need
a very
those
simple
things
list.
to do it, and then to activate it. And then I guess maybe the last sentence is we have to activate them, and then it's hopefully we can figure out how to do that. And then the last page was where the poem was.
Well, I am gonna have to ruminate on this. I'm seeing the benefits of rumination every day.
Okay, and then are you guys gonna pack up and go to the abbey now that you're done?
Ragaire is.
Yes, we
I'm
should drop Altheon off somewhere vaguely safe and
vaguely
contained
safe.
temporarily.
He's living the high life in the Abbey. I mean, I assume we can just kind of follow their tracks back to the Abbey. Like we
You have been
assumed
to
that.
the Abbey so many times you could get there so fast. 4 hours later, you arrive at the Abbey.
We're building
Cool.
a new road from the forge to the Abbey directly.
Road wise, how
Yeah.
long will it take for me to build a road?
Okay.
Brother Wayne!
Yes, it's a pleasure to see you as always.
I know. You truly you are a joy of my life. Brother Wayne, where can I find Hazel and Ash? And
Who
Brother Wirt.
I am unfamiliar.
Beatrice and with someone else.
Ah.
Beatrice's brother.
and
And
her brother.
Wooselwarf.
Wooselwarf, yes.
How could I forget?
Well, a young Beatrice has been shut up in her room for 2 days, and Master Wooselwarf was last seen stalking the kitchens for sharp objects. Up to no good, I presume.
Okay, Ragaire, sounds like you're on sharp object duty, and I'll check in on the room.
Rigaire's like, wait, what?
I'm not dealing with that kid with a knife. There's a reason I gave it to fake Odelia. Or
Don't
gave it
say that.
back.
Don't say that. We don't know that
Or
yet.
we can both check on them at the same time. I don't know. Wayne, where is Wirt?
Wirt is around doing something, I
Of course.
presume.
Thank you, Wayne. Okay.
He is only
enough.
ever found doing useful things, so you might check the useful
Why did you have
bin.
bread to make, my friend?
I've already made it for
Sawdust
the
to
day.
grind.
Don't you have a mystic forge to make? Oh, I'm sorry. A dagger to sharpen. You have to start somewhere.
Let's go
Yes, we all
visit
must start
Beatrice. And I'm like pushing, I'm assuming I'm like pushing Ada away before she starts a fight with before
This
Wayne
has killed people, Wayne.
Oh,
Don't
Wayne,
tempt me.
it looks like
I'll
Wooselwarf
make
is
you
in
meet
the
the
bread.
lady.
Okay,
Okay,
you
we're
find
gonna head
Hazel in her
to
room.
Hazel. Okay. Hazel.
She's recovered a little bit. So she's like, yes?
Is there still blood all over your face?
No.
What
No.
do we see?
There's a bloody towel on the floor.
Okay.
There's like a
That's just normal.
semi-blood-stained pillow.
That's fine.
But that's pretty, I mean, and like the bed's kind of disheveled, but that would be it.
Mm-hmm. One of the posts on Wooselwarf's bed is just like, looks like it's been
It's a
cut
toothpick.
repeatedly. Yeah.
So, what happened while you were gone? Seems like something happened.
No, nothing big happened.
I think she should have to do a falsehood test for that.
Sure.
My will is 6.
You guys, I'll test will all day long, so it cannot be 2. It's already 3.
Oh my goodness.
What an improvement.
You still have a -1 to your
Oh
will.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm 12. What is this?
But she got 2 1s, so she was at 11, so she was almost there.
Oh,
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, no, she's she says nothing important happened, and then Wayne's like, "Wait, didn't you speak with Willow? I was outside the door. It sounded like you discussed a lot of important things."
I love
Wayne,
I
it.
feel
thank
like I
you
can just
for your timely intervention
I
as
feel like
ever.
I can just see that Hazel is on the brink, or just like
Oh yeah,
on
no,
the
she's
edge.
not doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, Ada closes the door behind them as they
I'll wait out here.
Yep. How about you go somewhere else?
Level-
Doesn't Papa Womblybigger need help with something? Does he not keep these whippersnappers in shape anymore? Get out of here. Go, man. Do things that the Abbey requires.
What would we do
Study
without
the
you, Brother Wayne?
scriptures.
I would like to sing Lyric of Healing over Hazel. I mean, just to help her with a health test if she's got a negative
We'll
one
say
will.
we'll make it ob3 because I don't want to try and convert that health test into a will. We'll just say ob3 and she'll get the penalty to her thing gone.
Okay. Great. And I'll use a persona. It's worth it. We need somebody to help us with Ash. There's no other way to get help with a song anyway. Base ob3.
Unless you have other singers.
Wow.
Look at that.
If I re-roll that 6, can she get even more memory back?
Your 6 already exploded.
Oh, damn it! Strengthens her mind. That's all
But-
I wanted.
You can re-roll a traitor, technically.
I would
But
say
you have 2
probably
fate.
not.
Maybe
Yeah.
save it.
I would say
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say
Damn it.
probably outside the bounds of this roll as well. So
Okay, fine. Fine. Rules.
now if you're on a road,
No, don't tell me that.
You sing this
Don't
beautiful
you
song.
start. What was that,
You
Abby?
sing this beautiful song. She
I
kind
do.
of sits up a little straighter and she's like, "Gare, that was the most beautiful music I've ever heard. It made me forget all my troubles."
I'm so glad it did. Now let's get you cleaned up and get some, some
Yeah,
fresh
speaking of
hot
troubles,
salt
where's
bread.
the troublemaker?
Well, he
currently?
he went off, but that's okay. He's kind of been discontent to be in this room. Hold up. But I guess you guys, I lied to you.
Lies?
Well, I
Shocked.
mean,
We look at each other in shock.
Yeah.
we all tell little white lies every now and then, don't we?
I don't know if it's a white lie, but let me regale you with what happened. Retell story.
Press retell story.
okay. Do you tell him all the things that you learned?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Yeah. So
She's feeling real good at the
yeah,
moment.
she tells you that Willow thinks that her dad is a consort, that her palatial one-story home
It's underwater.
was a perfect, like she described the
Had
floor
two
plan
Abbey. Yeah.
of the Abbey.
The Abbey
Yeah,
has
I know
two
it's
stories.
the Abbey has 2 stories. It's the only one in the whole valley that has 2 stories
It also has a
Um,
basement, so
and a basement. Yeah.
3.
Well, we don't talk about the basement anymore. And then, that her name was Odelia Beaumont.
And I'm really trying to come to terms with the fact that my parents are bees now.
We're not sure there's still
Um,
these.
well, we all have
I
to come
I
to
ate bee
terms
soup at
with the
Snazana's house. Were those the bees?
I don't think those were the bees.
I don't think so.
I
Those
don't.
no way. Those would never be the same bees.
The
That-
GM in charge of this game would never do that to you.
And the people don't just turn into bees. There was no way those bees were actually Morrine and Alden. First of all,
It was a metaphor.
it was an after effect of the disappearing process.
We'll figure it out together. This whole bee Odelia thing. So How do you feel? Do you feel like Odelia? I know that Willow said that you
Willow
said
said that that's true, but I don't remember being a 4-year-old 3 months ago, so I don't know.
What do you
Hazel.
remember about Ash? How did you meet Ash?
Oh, we didn't. Well, that was like an oversight, I guess. We should have asked the lady about him, but we didn't know about him. But Brother Wirt says that he's Luke Hawes, and Luke Hawes is my adoptive brother, which I guess is fine. That's
Just
like,
totally okay with
yes.
that part of it.
Hazel, 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 Hazel. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. And the name Odelia Beaumont is a heavy weight to bear in this world and in this valley.
how heavy can it be? It's the name of a 4-year-old.
A blood crown might be involved, but let's not worry about that.
There's a lot of things involved with that name and
Any
many
tact out the window.
things that happened before you and your brother got here, Hazel. Perhaps it is better to still think of yourself as Hazel for now until you figure out more about who you feel you truly are.
That's fine.
What are names but something we call ourselves?
This is true. What are names with something we call ourselves?
Something other people call you as well.
Speaking of that, I really don't want to be called Beatrice anymore.
You
Good
will have
luck.
to talk to Brother
To Brother
Wayne about
Wayne.
that one. We exert no influence over that man. He
I
seems to hear directly from the gods above.
I already tried to talk to him and it didn't go so well.
Well, talk to Willow then, maybe. She's in charge of him. Or we can never talk to him again. Both are fine options, in my opinion.
No, I haven't like sought talking to him. He just seems to show
Yeah,
up.
he just seems to show up, doesn't he?
He sticks his head in.
Well, let's find your brother, who also historically had anger management issues, but we won't hold that against him as
And it's not just
Ash.
historically. It's kind of both of us, actually.
Sure, let's go find Ash in the kitchen looking for sharp objects. Do we hear
like-
the sounds of sharp objects being
Clattering
Oh.
there, and he said, "Oh my god!" You hear some clattering, and you get in there, and he's set up like a sawdust bag on a chair, and he's like testing out different sharp objects on it.
Oh, God.
Sawdust leaking onto the floor slowly.
Sir, we use that to make bread. What are you doing?
I was gonna say a flour bag, but I was like, "Oh shit, no flour in this abbey." You all enter as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or
No.
less.
Okay, he says, "For the last time, Brother Wayne." Oh, what are you all doing here?
Okay, big man on the block. I see we're testing out some knives. Do you have any experience playing with knives, young man?
Yeah, yes,
Are
actually,
you sure
quite a
about
bit.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you and Ragaire have a man-to-man talk about knives? And me and your sister are gonna watch from the sidelines and call out some tips, pro tips. You know, I know my way around a hammer pretty good, but those blades, I'd rather make them than use them myself.
Sure, let's engage in a healthy
I think you
training
should
bout.
do a sword
Yeah.
test or something to like calm down. He's got ADD.
I feel like we're gonna have a man talk
He has
while sword fighting.
intermittent explosive disorder, actually.
Yeah, well,
Focus the rage.
Yeah. Perfect. We'll do a we're gonna do best of 3 to see like how the duel goes, like as we're
Okay.
going.
Okay.
So it's like a conversation, and then so we'll start out the conversation, then we'll do a duel, and then whoever wins will get to steer the conversation, and then we'll do it again and see what happens.
Okay. I think I got
Um,
it, but tell me if I do it wrong.
Perfect. What is swords based in? Agility or power?
Oh, that's a great question.
Probably power, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's power because Morrine was better at it than me, and I think she had a higher power.
Yeah.
What's
Based
your
agility?
swords?
You were right, Logan.
What's
Oh,
your swords?
JK, agility.
Your sword's like 5, 6,
No, my sword is only 4.
4. Okay, we'll call his 4 as well.
Oh my gosh, it's an extremely well trained 19-year-old.
Yeah.
He's had a perfectionist consort parent.
Okay. So, how do you want to approach this conversation? We'll see. You have sort of the you can lay the groundwork.
How do I want to approach this conversation? I'm gonna be like, I guess I'm just gonna be like, oh, it seems like you have a lot on your mind. Like, how about like we work it out while
Mhm.
getting some gains,
Perfect.
kind of
He
a
draws
thing.
his sword. You guys are
Ada
just now.
yells, "Give him the old elven switcheroo, Ragaire."
Okay. You guys just start
Right.
clanging around in the kitchen. He says,
In the kitchen, go outside.
"You're
We
not in
fight.
charge of this." Yeah.
We fight in the kitchen and then our
Oh
way
my
outside.
god.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to be good in close quarters and
Yeah.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says,
We
"Yeah,
understand this
yeah."
as
He's like, "What did you ask him?
killers.
He's got a lot on his mind."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I've got a lot on my mind. You all show up in our lives and saying we showed up in yours. I don't think that's how that went. And now you start calling us different names. She's Odelia. Now who am I? No one's ever thought about who am I. It's just what's Hazel? Hazel's Odelia. Hazel's Odelia. Oh, something blood crown.
I said that
How
upstairs.
do
You
you know
have
about
great
that?
hearing.
Wayne told me."
Brother Wayne just has like
Oh,
a telephone.
Wayne! Fist to the sky again.
Okay, let's do the first spar.
Okay. Sword.
Uh-oh.
Are we forking anything
Jeez.
in, or are we doing this? Are we doing this straight?
Probably just straight.
Okay, great.
Unless you like okay, yeah.
You're going easy on him, Ragaire. You
Yeah.
got it. Lure him into a
I want to
you-
let
false
him really
security.
let out the rage first.
Yeah, you were just like, yeah, I'm a master. I just defeated the best elf swordsman in the valley. I think I can take this 19-year-old. He was unexpectedly good, and he like almost drew blood on you, and you've had to like, you were walking out of the kitchen, and now you're like retreating out of the kitchen.
Got
And he's
it.
like, he's like, oh, that brother Wirt, he just makes me so angry. He took her dagger, he lost it, and he better give it back. How much do you think brother Wirt weighs? About as much as that sack of flour? I have some guesses.
I feel like Ragaire is just gonna be like, Wirt's easy. Like, why focus on work? He's easy pickings. He's below you. You know, you should be focusing on the real mastermind behind this, because no, Lord knows it's not him.
Who is it then? The consort? Everyone keeps talking about this consort.
I don't know, but we gotta find him together. Have you seen the guys I work with? We need your skill. You almost bested me.
Okay, here. I'll say so your sword, I'll say you can't fork anything into your sword, but you can like use like the persuasive skills. Like you can
I have
fork those in.
absolutely no
Okay.
persuasive
You could
skills.
interrogate him. Okay, well then never mind. We'll just do a straight up
I
roll again
can't
and see how it
interrogate
goes.
him. I mean, I have
Kindly
6
and gently
interrogation.
interrogate him.
You have 6 in interrogation. Oh my god.
It's my only social skill.
Oh my
I wouldn't
god.
even call it social. It's more of an antisocial skill.
Okay. Yeah. So, actually, I'll say, so he's not going to fork anything. You can do things, but you can see that you're sort of losing him, and he's getting more. He's not blowing off steam. He's building up more.
He's building up more steam. Okay.
Quite literally, too. You start to see his sword smoke.
I'm like, oh yes, I've seen this before.
This is my first rodeo.
If I recall back, is it the same signs that Lucas used to have when he would get worked up?
Mhm.
Okay, great. Can I use sword and fork in sorcery wise?
Oh,
Because
Oh, that's really good.
I
that is relevant, yeah.
do know about Lucas and his tendencies.
What a gentle way to put it.
His
Okay. Anything else?
tendencies. Am I allowed to use Artha, or should I wait
You can do
until?
whatever you want.
Okay, I'll use. So do I have to win best out of 3?
Yes, if he wins this one, then it's over.
Okay, that was what my question was. Okay, so I'll put in the persona.
We're just slinging Artha today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
want to spend a
are.
deed on the last one?
Am I able to be stealthy while we're fighting? Like I maneuver him and like he's working up more power, but I'm assuming he's not being observant and like noticing the terrain too much, and like I box him in, or I use something like I stealthily kind of maneuver him into like an awkward fighting position.
Sure.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to hit
I'll
this,
use
so
my
you lock it in.
Oh God,
What is this?
he's an unstoppable boy.
He rolled the same 4 dice again.
Oh my
He's just that I'm like,
gosh.
we need you, Lucas. We need you.
Can I throw in like
Focus
a
your
last minute
rage.
help?
Sure, yeah. Oh,
Shit. Oh, no 6s.
you did say you were
Can
helping her
I?
as she was rolling, so you could still do that.
What is the will of this young child?
I think it's
6.
6. It's crazy.
What
Yeah.
is he? He's a monster.
Monster.
How do I get stats like this?
Question: Does this count as a Lone Ranger moment? Since I didn't get any help and we did
Oh,
fight out of the
yeah.
Yes.
kitchen,
Yeah.
so I want to call in Lone Ranger
And reroll.
and
Okay,
reroll.
I rescind my help.
Rescind your help.
Do you want to reroll everything or take 1 die?
Great.
You never know with rerolls.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know with 1 die either, so it's a crapshoot either way.
I guess I'll make it the obstacle can be 4. Great.
Oh, good job.
Nice.
Praise the Lord, baby Jesus, and I have 3
Oh, those
6s.
6s.
I will say, if you can exceed his ob by 3, you can have an advantage on the next one.
Okay, hold on.
You would have to reroll for 2 more successes.
Well, she's rerolling 3 dice.
Okay, so I'm spending a fate to roll those.
Mm-hmm. Gosh,
Nice.
my fate tax with you is working so well.
You really don't need to ever tax my fate. I don't know why.
Yeah. We need to give her more fate.
You guys have way more faith than me. Okay, so there is no ob. It's just me rolling 3 die. Okay.
You need 2
Alright.
successes.
Nope.
Ugh.
For
Okay.
triple ones.
Triple ones.
You need to roll
That's
something other than 1s and 6s, please.
It's all or nothing today, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. So you sort of have the next initiative and you can steer the conversation.
Okay. So I guess I ended up on being like, we need your help. You're obviously skilled. Like you're in this with us. We only thought Odelia was Odelia because the dagger. That's why they all fixated on it. You didn't have a calling card like that kind of a thing. But
What do you
you
call
know,
a smoking sword?
but now you do. As I edge away from the smoking sword. Yeah, so I guess my next thing would be just like getting him on our side to like help
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
find
And
out.
so this last one, so this will be your actual test. Like, so what do you want the outcome of this conversation to be? Like, this is the one that has consequences if you fail.
I want him to be on our side and like work with us and like be amenable to, you know.
He's very goal driven, so I think if you can give him like a goal instead of just being like nebulously on your side, like what is
Mm.
a task you want him to be focused on?
Gets it from his mama.
Who are you?
She's not even his real mom.
uh, yeah, task oriented. Help us find. I don't know, guys. What's the goal?
uh, for him? Oh man, help us deal with the Duchess. Help us forge this sword.
I'm just struggling to see how to connect the sword with how that helps him.
Or find Clotho. Brother Wirt
Oh,
brought that
find
up.
Clotho. That's pretty good. Because Clotho is the one that supposedly knew where Odelia and Lucas went when they
And he's the
disappeared.
bee-related man.
And he
And he's the
also
most
is the bee
bee-related
related.
person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, you know who we need to find that we have not found? Clotho. He's the one with the bee magic. He's the one that supposedly knew where Odelia and Lucas went. He's the one that disappeared into the night, and then his grandson also disappeared too. He may be a little man, but he is cunning. And we need all the help we can get, especially because I'm going to be like, he's 100% magical, and I'm an elf. We don't do magic like that. So I'm going to need a source, somebody who's strong in the force. Wink.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
on my side.
Good. I like that. So this will be your ob 2.
That's not so bad.
And I'm
What
still doing
help?
this with sword.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sword. Can I fork in conspicuous? Because I'm being kind of conspicuous about mentioning his sorcery, but not overtly mentioning it.
Yeah.
um, and observation, sorcery wise, I feel like oh, you know what? I should have given myself way more dice for many of these things. Whoops. Oh well.
Is there over 5?
Yeah.
That's not how forks work. That's only
Oh,
for
yeah.
help.
Oh, it's only for help. Okay.
Well, does anyone want to
Um,
help her on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna help her.
Okay.
I'm gonna start singing a bawdy song as a heckler.
Not a bawdy song.
Back from my days as an apprentice in the forge, it was mostly,
Famously,
know.
body execution or
it's a bunch of young boys,
Profession. Yeah.
They're not.
They don't got a lot to
They're
entertain
probably
themselves.
they're probably singing bad stuff, and it is a worldly woman. She's been to many a tavern and bar. So she's gonna sing a bawdy song, but it's gonna be about like a young boy getting beat up by his betters, basically. Sort of a reenactment of what's happening here. And she's gonna start like clapping and stomping to try and distract him at the same time, of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna help with singing.
That's
Is
one.
that one die?
Yeah.
Great. That's it then. Cool. You said the ob will be 2. Go in. Roll the kill.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So it's 3 1s that are really hurting you there.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm,
Could I interest you in spending a deed?
This is his swords. Is that what you want deeds on?
What would spending a deed and
It
sword
lets you
help?
re-roll all the traitors, which is 5 of them.
Oh, sure. What the hell?
5 for 1 die.
If you
Fine.
concentrate your deeds into one skill, eventually you can shade shift, which makes it easier to get successes. So it
Yeah.
eventually
Ragaire would
becomes
totally shade shift
permanent
sword.
buff.
So that's
yeah,
fine.
to
Yeah.
sword.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I get to re-roll 3, you say?
5.
You get to re-roll 5,
5.
and you only need 1 success.
Let's do it.
Bad odds. Bad
Bad
odds
odds for this
game.
team.
Remaining ob
It's
is
gonna feel
1.
really. I can't imagine a worse feeling than spending a deed and still failing to roll.
It's great.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Woo.
Okay. I will say, since you initially failed and spent the deed, you convince him, but he bests you in the sword. And so, like, his sword is at your throat when you convince him, and he says, "It makes sense, Ragaire. The only one in this group who's made sense thus far. Like, this Clotho, you guys are going out of town, right?
Gotta go.
You guys are
Yeah.
going out of town?
I think so.
Maybe.
We haven't decided yet, but yeah,
Well,
probably.
when you get back, I'll have this close up for you." And then he, like, sheathes the sword, and he walks into the forest, never to be seen again.
Love it.
Oh my.
Now.
Thank goodness. Get him out of here.
Okay.
His footprints are, like, smoking as he's walking.
Sounds about right. Okay, well now we're 5 swords, so that's good.
Oh, good job.
Okay, so I guess, I mean,
So that
you
was
came
that,
out, yeah.
guys.
So you're just alone outside. Ada's singing still, but
She's seeing
Oh,
from a
she
window.
winds down. Yeah, she's like, you know, Ragaire, I thought you were really gonna show him who's boss, but it was a little tough out there today. It's a little rough.
Ada.
I'm just saying.
Next
Saw you
time
beat
you
up a
can
whole pack of elves.
deal with the boy who likes sharp objects.
I probably wouldn't have dueled him, but I would have gone for a wrestle.
You were the one that said man to man, manly bonding with sharp objects. This was your idea.
It was my idea for you, not what I would have done. We would have done a good hard day's work. That's what my pappy always told me.
Well, he's gonna go find Clotho for us. So if we still want to go out of town, he'll have Clotho when we're back. And I've just tested his skills, and he is appropriately skilled to hunt down. And
Yeah, if he doesn't get kidnapped by the Duchess while he's in the forest, I guess.
I think he'd give the Duchess a run for her money.
Sure.
Where's Brother Wirt?
Anyways.
Brother Wayne, where is Brother Wirt?
No, don't summon him. Do
Wayne's
not
like,
speak of his name.
"Oh, Wirt, here he is." And he turns the chair around, and he's put one of Brother Wirt's shawls on the sandbag that's been stabbed a bunch on the chair. Says he,
God.
You concern me.
says, "Don't be shy, Brother Wirt. They want to speak with you." And he slaps the bed and some sand falls, sawdust falls out. And says,
Sawdust. Oh, refreshing and creative as ever. You should really have gone into theater, Brother Wayne. I think you missed your calling, to be honest. But please don't respond to that. I will be leaving immediately.
I think somehow I got distracted in the kitchen and then helped Wayne make this into work. But I'm gonna be like, where Where did my brother go? How did the duel go?
We did some manly bonding. It was great. He's decided that he is strong enough to go hunt down Clotho. He really needed a task to direct
Yeah.
his focus upon, and that task is going to be hunting down and finding Clotho, the person who should know more about the bees and
Yeah,
the disappearance
perfect.
of Odelia and Lucas.
I also wanted to go find Clotho.
Well, you can run after him. He's leaving steaming steps
Oh.
through the woods. Or you can come with us on vacation to wherever we're going. City of Uncles. Creasy.
Do I even
Because
have an
I-
uncle?
These are the questions. Don't worry about that right now. Concrete tasks only.
Think about it. New memories, new cities. It's a new you. We'll have a great time. Don't worry. There's a way station on every road.
Have you ever been to a way station before? Not many people know about them, but I do. Sometimes they're full of food for no reason and no one's around, but the food's pretty good
That
if you eat it.
sounds pretty nice.
Okay,
we find
so
Brother Wirt.
perfect. And are you guys traveling to the city of Uncles? The city of Uncles is also the
Yuzan.
city of meat piles, Yuzan.
Correct.
What?
Yeah.
Creasy was the city of aunts?
Aunts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I love how our
Didn't
brains were
realize.
like, the Creashy's obviously the city of Oz.
We had talked about it previously.
Mhm.
Or ants. Anyways. I vote getting the hell out of Dodge.
But where? But where?
We need more information either way. Now that we've finished decoding that
I feel like this
translation.
calls for me to roll Yuzan wise to see if it's of any benefit for us to go to Yuzan.
I think we have to go to Yuzan to get to Creasy.
You can skirt around it. The road goes to it, but you can like hop around and go.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, we've solved the problems in Yuzan, so it wouldn't be a
Yep,
big deal to go
you've
through
solved the demon problem. It still has many a problem.
it. Well,
No.
the demon one was the pressing one. They'll be
I
fine. They'll
gave
figure
them
out the rest on their own.
florist arrangements. There are no problems there. Brother, what do you think? Where should we go?
Well, I think that for me personally, finding a connection between the Duchess and the consort is going to give us the most answers for the situation here with Hazel and Ash. But if you have a reason to believe that there is some knowledge to be gained in Creasy, then perhaps we go there. But I think revisiting the Duchess's manor may be of use.
Well, I do not want to go back there.
Is there any
So-
manner to revisit?
Yeah, did it turn to dust? What happened after we left?
It
Exactly.
became an abandoned building. It was always an abandoned building.
Now it truly looks as it is. Yeah, I mean, my idea is to get away from the Duchess, and while she
Hmm.
doesn't seem to frequent her home commonly, it does seem to raise the likelihood.
What do
could
we know
also
about
always hit
Creasy
it on the way
other than
back.
it's the city of aunts?
I mean, it's the biggest city.
Mm-mm.
Is it not?
Yuzan is the biggest city. It is. Anyone want to roll Krishi wife?
No.
Yeah, just open up that skill too.
It is. It's so about the distance from Hoken to Yuzan. Twice that distance is to Krishi. So Krishi is
gosh.
quite isolated from the rest of them. It is still technically part of the Duchess's domain, but it sort of has its own thing going on. Not many people. It's sort of like the end of the road too. So like the road from Yuzan to Krishi just goes to Krishi. It doesn't go through to anywhere. So there's not many travelers that come to and from Krishi. So I mean, what you know about it without any rolls is that it's fairly well isolated. People know it exists, but they probably have never even met someone from Krishi, especially in Hoken. And then I think Sonia, Sonia Antonov is the countess of the place.
I'm still learning research, but I could try and research Krishi in the library.
We're
That's
all
my.
learning research.
You've all been kicked out of the library too.
I wasn't banned though. I was just kicked out. Papa
That is true.
Womblybigger made me leave, but I wasn't put on the list.
Okay. Where are we going? Let's make a decision so I can set the
Well,
stage.
if Ash is gonna go find Clotho, then I should do something that's useful for us too. I want to go find my uncle in the city of Uncles. That's what I want to do.
Okay, well, we have to pass through the city of uncles to get to the
Perfect.
city of aunts anyway. So we have to. It sounds like we kind of have to go to Yuzan.
Fine, but sure, whatever.
And if we hear anything about the Duchess, we can hightail it over either back to Hoken or to Krishi.
We can scout out her house for a short moment, I guess, since we'll be right there.
Okay. How do you? So we will just sort of not fast forward, but we will cut to the chase. How do you search Yuzan for your uncle?
I do what I did in Hoken, and I ask people if they know a man who has a brother.
On the road to Yuzan,
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I have a very clear conversation with Hazel. You were told to find your father's brother.
Yeah.
I am Brother Wirt. I was a friend of your father. I am the brother of your father.
No. Because
That logic is very attenuated.
your sister told me that my father was the consort. So who's the consort's sibling? Not you.
The lady?
I bet he's got a secret hidden brother.
I can
These
tell
godly
that
pantheons
logic
have so many secrets.
is lost on this party, and I will press the issue no further.
I understood what you were saying.
Oh,
Connor.
yeah, I did too.
Yeah. No, the real people do.
Do you tell people that this is the city of uncles?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like,
Oh.
I'm like, hello, I'm looking for my uncle. This
Mm-hmm.
is the city of uncles. I'm looking for any man who has a brother.
They
has
quickly tell you
kids.
that this is not the city of uncles.
What do you mean?
They're just like, that's just not what this is called. Who told you that this was called that?
Who told me that?
Martine told you that.
Oh, let down again by Martine.
Never
I'm
once
gonna
has
make a
that man
note.
actually helped us.
He went on a side quest. He sort of helped there.
Okay, no problem.
You find many people who do have a brother in
Oh.
Yuzan. I don't know if anyone emotionally prepared you for the giant rotting meat pile in the middle of this town, but
We probably did.
I don't think they might have told you about it, but they didn't warn you about it. It is giant. It's reeking. It is melting a little bit. It's a little gross. It's not totally solid anymore. The people here seem to be mildly better than when you guys left them, as in they're not being ruled by Popov and being subjugated to a demon, but they're still pretty emaciated. Some people they're like trying to get food from the pile. Like there's like someone has claimed the food pile and they're now like selling bits of it to people. It's now the rich guy in town. Popov is no more, so this guy is sort of running the show at the moment.
You all fixed this town?
Fix is a
Theoretically,
It
It's a
was
loose
much
term.
worse.
we removed the demonic influence outside of this town. That's a win.
Hmm. Okay, so I will say you will not immediately find any information on your uncle while you are here. You can spend a couple days and
I don't remember. Did somebody. Duchess is looking for second Abbey and Wirt. Has that been communicated to anybody? Probably not.
What do you mean?
Second Abbey bit.
Wirt knows about it. I don't think
that's it.
you
Yeah.
know about
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Wirt has told us about it.
I think it was in the parent-teacher conference.
I think you all know the Duchess was looking for Wirt, but then Willow told Wirt that the Duchess was looking for the Abbey.
I feel like I distinctly remember Ada talking about a second abbey and being like, sure there isn't a chapel.
I
There
think
isn't a
Yeah,
blueprint.
it was
an
you
old
three
ruin.
that
earlier.
had a talk, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think that I've decided I'm looking for a supernatural uncle now, so.
Those are harder to find.
But that's progress.
Ragaire steps in and he's like, "What about a cool uncle?"
God.
There is no hint, hide. What is it? No hide or hint or whatever
Hide
that
nor
thing
hair.
is. Hide nor hair of the moose
Duchess.
or the Duchess.
Perfect.
No one in Yuzan has seen her in some time. So it doesn't sound like she's been here, like she's not like frequenting here. So they said she did come at one point, was asking about Brother Wirt, but has left and has not since been back.
Great. Let's go creep on her house. Former house.
Creep on our house. Ada thinks we should go to a bar.
You can
Tavern.
see the house from Yuzan. It looks like it does when you left it, as in it's not how it was when you first saw it. It still looks like it is a rundown building. There's like no smoke or anything. So from this distance, without actually going there, it doesn't look occupied. You can go to it and try and investigate it if you would like.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go there.
Why not? We're already here. Let's go. What are we trying to
Middle of
find?
the day.
I would rather face the Duchess during the day than at night.
Probably be equal terms either way, so sure.
Okay. So you travel up there. It's not too far. I think it's like 45 minutes max up to her keep. Now that you're here, like the doors are still open on the front, so like when you left them. But
This is where
you listen.
Lucas appeared to us.
Yes.
So long ago. I had forgotten about that.
Yes, but you listen quietly. It doesn't sound like there's anyone here, so you have sort of the run of the place.
Okay. So walking in through the front.
Mm-hmm.
I recall going down the stairs and the stairs like falling apart as we were
Mhm.
going down them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a viable way to any kind of upstairs space?
Yeah, you can like sort of walk on the like the stairs are broken, but like what was supporting the stairs is still there, so you can like shimmy your way up.
So shimmy up, try to get to a top floor, try to get something that would look like the Duchess's study or bedroom or library of some kind. I'm imagining
so-
she has like a private room alongside any other.
So she has like there's the master bedroom. There
Mhm.
is the study, which is connected, or the library. Yes, the library. And then I think sort of her study is sort of the library that's equivalent.
Okay.
The
Does she
library
have?
is where you found the poem.
Mhm.
Did you guys go into her? I don't think you went into her bedroom.
I don't recall it.
I don't think
Can't
we did. I think we
remember.
just went to the library and Dollfingers was there, and then I
Yeah.
found a baby in a different room, and then the house started breaking down around us, and you guys were talking to her husband, and then he was a ghost, and everybody ran out.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Okay, so I want to search for books about Lachlan, our
Okay.
religion, the consort, anything scrawled notes about voices from higher powers, anything indicative of a religious research.
Yeah, I would say make an 3 perception.
Ob 3 perception. Any chance that we can fork in skills? I don't think that's a. It's skills into stats, but not stats into skills, Sean.
Forking is only for skills. Helping is where you get into stuff.
I was gonna
Stats
say,
can
Right,
only help
okay.
stats.
I can help.
Then
Yeah, we
I
can
mean,
help.
I would appreciate help.
So you'll get 2.
Ooh,
You get 2 from me as well.
ooh, y'all are good at this. Base ob 3.
Hmm.
3 successes.
And we just barely got it.
Mhm.
Yes. So you find there is an unusual amount of like holy texts from your church. You've never really seen one outside of
Mhm.
your church. She has a couple of them in the study. Some of them are, I guess maybe one of them is open on the desk. It looks like it was like maybe one of the last things that was read here. There is also a like map of the whole valley of Hochen, and like there's like like notes. It's not really like notes, just like marking on it. And then the the book that is out. It's not actually a holy text. It's like it's a history text, and it mentions like the current abbey, and it makes reference to it as the founding of the second abbey.
Mhm. Okay, so
But as far as consort wise, there's not really anything in like perusing the books. You're familiar with some of them. They don't mention the consort at all in this history. You like glance through, and it doesn't have anything to do with the consort.
okay. Knowing the history of our abbey, in terms of missionary expeditions, are we one of the first?
Yeah, I mean, in at least like 300 years.
Okay, so either an abbey in this valley was 400 years old and has been lost, or
It specifically calls it the second abbey in the valley.
I
It
see.
doesn't just
Okay,
say the
yes.
second abbey
It's not the
ever.
second diaspora.
Yes.
Okay. So there's ruins of another abbey somewhere. Are there any texts that I am not familiar with?
Roll a
collection.
die of fate.
Oh, a die of fate.
It's
Yeah,
just a d6.
I know. Just hoping to get to roll a skill like doctrine or something.
Oh, you could do that too.
Oh, okay. Is that any better? No, it's not. But I want to roll it.
I guess I have to give you an ob now. 2.
Ob 2 doctrine. Whew. We're out here crushing it today, guys.
Nice.
Yes, there is. You're just like, yeah, I got all of this. And then you do see a tome that you're not familiar with, but it's sort of stylized like your church's book. So it catches your eye, but you're like, I've literally never heard of this book. And it is sort of, maybe it's on the desk, but it's like at the bottom of a pile. So it's like not recently been used, but it has been read recently, or been read more recently than the rest of the library. And you, let's see. I guess yeah, that role is there exists this book that you don't have. You have not studied it. That role didn't encompass studying it fully.
Okay. That book is definitely coming with me. The map is coming with me.
Noted.
And any of the books referencing the second abbey
Okay,
or
if it's
the first
just
abbey. If there are books that talk about an abbey and I'm like, wait, we don't have cows here. That's weird. Like anything that seems out of place describing the current abbey, I want to take that with as well.
I'll say so. You can tell like it's odd because this history book only it says like, and then the second abbey was founded, but it doesn't ever have anything about the first abbey. And like from the way the books are spread out, and like you can tell that the person who was doing the research was also asking that same question that you're asking.
Okay. Yeah. So then we don't worry about any of those, but we do take the book that says the second abbey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything else?
Success.
I think I'm good. Yeah. We're gonna call it there and leave.
Come on, push your luck. Go talk to
I'd
Dollfingers.
rather not stay.
Let's summon Dollfingers back from the dead.
If you say Dollfingers 9 times into a dark mirror, they meow at you. It's quite cute. Okay.
Great.
So you're leaving. Where are you going? Are you going to Krishi? Leading question.
That is a leading question. Why don't you go to Krishi? You wanted to go to a bar, Ada. Do you still want to go?
You want to go to a bar? Do you want to go to Palace Yuzan?
Yeah, sure.
It's
I
abandoned,
mean,
but
Ada
it does
wants
have
to
alcohol.
ask around about this lunar oleander situation. So
So you want to go to like a popular, with other people from Yuzan bar?
Yeah, with
Okay.
the local populace, since this is the most populated city. She
Yes.
kind of wants to see, like, I don't know, if either people know where oleander grows or if there's like some sort of herbalist. I guess she could also just look for an herbalist in town.
And roll circles. Circly circles.
Oh, I do not want to.
Circly circles.
I had forgotten about circles. Oh,
How dare you?
because my circles is bad.
That's fine. You'll find them. They'll just hate you.
Yeah, which makes them useless. No, less useful. Okay, sure. We can roll circles for.
Can you help with circles?
Yeah, if you have similar station to me.
Absolutely not.
Or maybe the person we're finding. But if you have similar station to the person we're finding, then you should probably be the one finding them.
I think it depends on like the context you're looking for. Like if you guys are trying to find someone and you give a reason that you would have the same, like, I don't know, trying to think. Where are these circles? Where's oh, here we go. Okay, base ob 1. We'll come up with your op first. Occupation, what are you looking for? A specific occupation? Uncommon occupation? A broad occupation?
I mean, it'd be like an herbalist or a woodsman or,
Honestly,
a
yeah, I would
forester.
say broad because yeah, all I want is someone who knows the land,
Okay,
which could be a variety of positions.
perfect. Same station? I think that would be the same station as Ada.
Yeah, probably. It has done everything from peasant to city, so
Disposition or knowledge common to the circle, different from members of the circle, specific disposition or detailed knowledge.
oh, what is details?
I mean, don't we just need to know if there's a distinct oleander? Like, they don't need to know
Yeah,
that it's
I think
the lunar.
specific. I think detailed and rare knowledge would be like the lunar
Oh,
oleander. I
Yeah.
think
okay.
different from the members of the circle would be like uh plants with significance to elves, and then like just where oleander grows is probably common.
We'll start with where oleander grows.
Okay. Time and place doesn't matter. Unusual for this character. They are in a town, and they are a woodsman.
I said someone who knows the land. That could be an herbalist or a
That could be
woodsman.
okay.
So, I mean, it doesn't time
I
or
feel
if it
like
is a woodsman,
yeah.
I would say maybe they come into town once every week and
I'll say
like
there was like a couple partials, so we'll round up and say 2.
two.
Base 1, and
Okay,
then a
yeah.
couple of the other things will give you another.
Because I can also hit them up on the way back to Hoken, potentially.
You have any reputations, affiliations?
I do have affiliations with local craftsmen, but I don't think that makes sense. Or necessarily
Maybe. Like I would
applies.
say maybe if you like know people who buy wood, you could talk to someone to say who does this woodworker get his wood from?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine with me. Maybe I talk to some of the local craftsmen. I speak a little shop talk.
Hmm.
I suss out where some of the sources are. So I'll take it. Okay, that's a +1. Anybody think they can help?
Um,
We've got circles of 2.
I mean, do we help with
+1 is
circles
3.
on a circles roll?
Hmm.
So then, yeah, I'll help with circles.
I can help with circles
None
too.
of my life paths overlap what you want.
What life path do you think is relevant to this circle's role? The 2 that are helping.
Bum.
Oh my gosh, I have to
The
remember my life paths.
It's going to be challenging for an elf.
itinerant monk is my one where I was wandering around the world, getting to know the people of the road, walking around, talking to the people that live off the land, wandering from village to village.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I was a soother, an elven soother before I was exiled, so I know about healing and elvish uh significant plants to the elves.
Yeah, okay.
And I was also a wanderer, so I would know people of the road too if we're going for that.
Okay.
In the future, I will accept them this time, but in the future, you can't just say, I'm a wanderer. That means I would wander into this circles test. So it has to be more specific next time, but we can do it
I
this
would
time. It's fine.
wander into this circles test. Ba, 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 ba. Ooh, we find who do we want to find? Let's find
Oh,
a huntsman.
didn't make the noise. Okay, do you name them?
Yeah, let's name the huntsman. What will their name be? Um, their name will be Frederick.
Frederick.
Frederick. Frederick the Frederick the bear.
Frederick the Bear. Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, you find him at the bar called the Fishmonger.
perfect. He's having himself some salmon.
There's no food, but he's having himself a nice pint of water.
A nice pint of water. Ada sidles on up next to him, and she says, "That looks like a mighty fine drink. I can be happy to buy the next one for you, Frederick. My name's Ada. I've heard a lot about you. I'd be interested in talking for a moment, if you have the time." What does Frederick the Bear sound like?
No, I was gonna have a fun twist, but I don't think you know?
I'm imagining he's a big burly guy.
Yeah. He
And
turns to
he
you.
wears like a bunch of furs and skins
Yeah.
and stuff.
He has
That's why
he
they
has a
call him the
bunch
bear.
yeah. And he turns to look at you, and you're looking at the person who was it you? Who got thrown into the shed here? You're looking at the person who was tasked to guard the shed that Brother
we
Wirt
kill
was
some of them?
chucked into. And he sort of laughs and he like gives you a big clap on the shoulder and chuckles and is like, I think you gotta make it up to me. And then that is where we will call it to the night.
What? He's got to make it up to us.
Yeah, exactly. You imprisoned us.
We
don't
didn't
tell
kill
ya.
you, Frederick the Bear. You are still
Frederick-
alive.
You had a lot of
might I
uppity
say,
for someone I got
think
a
you went
positive
through
circles
Ragaire's
test on.
fitness
Yeah.
routine. So
He
you're
said it
looking
in
even
good spirit. He wasn't like, you gotta make it up to me. It was like a
Mm.
chuckle. Well, we can have this conversation because I know who you are.
Got it.
So don't get outraged.
I'm
We are outraged.
We are outraged.
Okay.
Frederick the Bear.
We'll call that.
We don't need any more enemies.
What are we doing next week, Sarah?
Oh, we're playing Things from the Flood. What day of the week are we playing, Logan?
Tuesday.
Are we? Is that real?
Yes. You don't know that, but I do. We're playing on Tuesday.
Plans
It's
have
not
changed
Friday, kids. It's
dramatically.
Tuesday.
Suddenly.
Good to know. Good to know. All right. He thinks that by putting me on a shorter timeline, I'll have less time to come up with disturbing plot twists. Yeah. So that's what we'll do next week, Tuesday. Thanks from the Flood.
We're gonna
Okay.
get abducted
Vibes.
by aliens.
We're gonna get
Not
abducted
naked,
by
tattooed
aliens.
Aliens or military conspiracy. Who
Aliens
knows?
or NATO. One of the two.
But we do know for sure one of them's naked.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Perfect.
what?
Yeah, Sean apparently doesn't.
Oh,
but
I remember now. I had no memory of the nakedness or the tattoos, and then it all came rushing back.
Naked
Okay.
tattoos. It's very official.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we ran a little long, so we'll cut it off here. We'll do Artha off screen, and then we will see you next week for Naked Tattoo Aliens / NATO High Command.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.